welcome to Medical Dialogues. I'm Dr. Bhumika. Let's look at today's top medical news. How mitochondrial defects impair insulin production in type 2 diabetes. In a study published in Science, researchers at the University of Michigan used mice to show that dysfunctional mitochondria trigger a response that affects the maturation and function of insulin-producing pancreatic beta cells. Mitochondrial defects are associated with development of diseases such as type 2 diabetes. Patients who suffer from this disorder are unable to produce enough insulin or use the insulin produced by their pancreas to keep their blood sugars at normal levels. Researchers damaged three components that are essential for mitochondrial function: their DNA, a pathway used to get rid of damaged mitochondria, and one that maintains a healthy pool of mitochondria in the cell. In all three cases, the exact same stress response was turned on, which caused beta cells to become immature, stop making enough insulin, and essentially stop being beta cells, said Emily M. Walker, PhD, a research assistant professor of internal medicine and first author of the study. Our results demonstrate that the mitochondria can send signals to the nucleus and change the fate of the cell. Study reveals why some heavy drinkers develop advanced liver disease while others don't. A new study found that heavy drinkers with either diabetes, high blood pressure, or a high waist circumference are as much as 2.4 times more likely to develop advanced liver disease. The findings are published in Clinical Gastroenterology and Hepatology. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and a high waist circumference, that is 35 inches for women and 40 inches for men, which is associated with obesity, belong to a cluster of 5 health conditions that influence an individual's risk for heart attack and stroke, known as cardiometabolic risk factors. Cardiometabolic risk factors have been linked to the buildup of fat in the liver, also known as metabolic dysfunction associated steatotic liver disease, which can lead to fibrosis or scarring of the liver. Researchers analyzed data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey looking at the intersection of heavy drinking, individual cardiometabolic risk factors, and the incidence of significant liver fibrosis. Curcumin can help overcome antibiotic resistance, study finds. Researchers in a new study showed that curcumin, the compound that gives turmeric its characteristic bright yellow color, can potentially be used to reduce antibiotic resistance. The study showed that when curcumin is intentionally given to bacteria as food and then activated by light, it can trigger deleterious reactions within these microbes, eventually killing them. This process, they demonstrated, reduces the number of antibiotic-resistant strains and renders conventional antibiotics effective again. The results of the study are published in the journal Scientific Reports. Photodynamic inactivation, a technique that has shown promise in combating bacterial resistance, uses light and light-sensitive molecules called photosensitizers to produce reactive oxygen species that can kill microorganisms by disrupting their metabolic processes. In their experiments, the team used curcumin, which is also a natural food for bacteria. They tested this technique on strains of Staphylococcus aureus that are resistant to amoxicillin, erythromycin, and gentamicin. Short-term exposure to air pollution may impair focus and emotion recognition. People's ability to interpret emotions or focus on performing a task is reduced by short-term exposure to particulate matter, air pollution, potentially making everyday activities such as the weekly supermarket shop more challenging, a new study reveals. Scientists discovered that even brief exposure to high concentrations of PM may impair a person's ability to focus on tasks, avoid distractions, and behave in a socially acceptable manner. Findings are published in Nature Communications. Researchers exposed study participants to either high levels of air pollution using candle smoke or clean air, testing cognitive abilities before and 4 hours after exposure. The test measured working memory, selective attention, emotion recognition, psychomotor speed, and sustained attention. Thank you for watching Medical Dialogue. Stay tuned for more such updates.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.